good. What's going on, Dub Chasers? Welcome back to another install video in Vincent's garage. Today we are going to be installing new engine mounts on the Mk6 GTI. Okay, so what I have laid out in front of you is Black Forest Industries Stage 1 engine mount kit for the Mk6 GTI. Now, engine mounts, if you know what they do, then you probably can skip over this part. But essentially, what upgrading your engine mounts do will basically restrict the engine from rotating when you get on the accelerator because of the torque that it's outputting. So you will get better throttle response, and on manual cars you will actually have smoother shifts because if it's a dog bone mount, then was it just the dog bone stays aligned more, like
I don't know what they call. I think they call it like a pendulum mount or something like that.
But
yeah, like it just helps it with the shifting backwards and such.
Yeah. So basically, it'll tighten down everything, less room for movement. The downside of upgraded engine mounts, which we will be testing for, is you will get increased noise, vibration, and harshness. Since it's kind of tightening everything down, you will get a little bit more vibrations and noise potentially. So that's something we're gonna look for after we install these. But yeah, so this kit comes, I haven't opened this box yet, but it comes with the two main engine mounts that's found on these lovely GTIs. So we have one that's over there, and then we have one on the opposite side that kind of connects up to the transmission down there. And then also with the kit, we get the dog bone insert. Now this one, I believe, is the stage 2 insert. I think I put the stage 1 maybe in here somewhere, or maybe it's still in my trunk, I'm not sure. So this one may or may not be going in, not 100% sure, but it looks exactly like this. I think this is the stage 2. So this is what I was just explaining. Basically, when I ended up ordering the kit, originally I just ordered the dog bone insert first, and I was like, actually I'll do the full engine mount kit. With their stage 1 engine mount kit, it actually comes with the stage 2 dog bone insert. Now you can see a little bit of the difference here. The green one is the stage 2. It's just a little bit thicker and it's a little bit more stiff versus the stage 1, thinner and more loose. So I'm gonna figure out which one we want to put in the car. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of show you how to do it, and hopefully the results will be very nice.
Not the exact same as mine.
Yeah, it's a little different. So Vincent went ahead.
First thing I did, 10mm bolt holds this guy to that. Unbolted it, kind of pushed out of the way, just snapped it out. The coolant jug held in by 1 and 2 T25s. Unplug the overall sensor for it, and then actually took out the top overflow piece so we could scoot it all the way out here.
Gotcha.
That way we're able to get to all the bolts, and it's kind of out of the way and less work than we need.
Perfect.
Now die.
Intake come out.
We die.
What was I gonna say? Intake out. Yep. Battery out.
Yep. Intake, that's your own deal. Battery 1, 2 for the terminals, and then 1. I don't know where the bracket went. 13mm bolt that you gotta take out. Then the battery comes out. Now we remove the battery tray, which is 1, 2, and number 3 10mm bolts.
And if you saw when we did the clutch on this car, which you can find up here in this corner, we did basically all this. Anything we really done in this car, we've always had to remove the intake and the battery.
Yeah, literally.
So
dirty.
Pretty used to it now. I have to pressure wash my engine bay because we live in Chicago and we get salt and snow.
Help! Help! Yep, there she comes. Come on, old Betsy.
There we go.
Oh. Whew.
There's engine mount number 2.
Yes. I still have my markers on them.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Actually, we gotta move this too. We gotta scoot it. I forgot how though. I'll have to find where I was looking up.
Okay.
Because we gotta get to those bolts. Maybe even just. Ta-da! Nope, those are tight. Those are really tight. Can we scoot it? Nope. Okay.
All right. We're gonna figure out how to scoot that, and then hopefully the next step should be just, well, we gotta set up the engine brace.
So there's actually 2 ways you could do this. You could get like, I forgot how much this was, like $150 engine brace from Harbor Freight, or I'm pretty sure you could just lift it with a jack underneath.
Oh yeah, you could do that. Is it still set up for my car?
Yeah, it should be.
Cause yeah, wow, nice.
Cause we're lazy.
Yeah.
God, you should have seen how I had to transport this thing to get here.
I'm sure.
Cause when we first bought it, I ended up having to drive to Harbor Freight to get it, right?
Yeah.
And there was nothing else in the car with me, so I was able to put all the seats down and put it through the center.
But you had your tools with you.
I had the tools with me. I have a tank in the rear. I had the thing laying across the top of the seats, and I'm over here. It's like it's literally part of a passenger with me, so I'm holding it as I have to go around turns.
Hey, but you still got everything in that car.
Yeah, true. Oh, plus this was in the car.
Oh, nice.
Wait a minute.
All right, so we're gonna get the engine set up and then start taking out the engine mounts.
It really changes him in 1 month.
Oh, I bet. 3 months with him changed me.
Yeah, so.
So we just rewatched our clutch video to kind of get a better idea of how we braced the engine last time, and we actually were able to do the opposite. So in that video, we said, now I don't know if this is the same for all engine support bars, braces, but for us, this one we got from Harbor Freight, had to do the right side first, then left side, just because of the height differences. But this time around, Vincent actually got them both at the same time. So engine is now supported.
Yes.
And we are ready to take the mounts off.
No, we gotta get that electrical thing.
Never mind. We gotta move these things out of the way. And then.
And then. Take the engine mounts out.
Yeah. And then we're ready. All right. I think we have the first engine mount out. There it is.
Ugly.
Nice. That looks really interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you want to compare that to Bertha or Gertha?
Yo, what the heck? This thing is huge. So we got. Oh, that's really easy.
So yeah.
Okay. Oh. You sure this is stage 1?
Yeah. Stage 2 is green.
What the fuck?
So here's the thing.
Cool.
Here's the thing too. These could have been very worn down to the point, like, you know, brand new stock ones would be hard to move.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so you guys can now, you can clearly see the difference. Which, you know, this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just if you have a car that you want to, you know, drive a little faster, it's kind of a performance car, you want it to be a little bit stiffer, so that way, you know, it's easier to shift and you get better throttle response. But for a daily driver, as long as the engine's not falling out of your car, I really don't think that's an issue.
For a year driver?
For a year driver.
What about a driver that only eats your sauce? Did they give you new bolts?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Wouldn't that just be Tyler?
I think so. Yeah, it should be just a 4-pack. cool.
Do you want your knife?
Yeah.
Here you go. Nice. Oh, you're gonna need torque specs, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll look those up. Okie dokie. Oh, excuse me. So, left side is in. The torque specs ended up being differing across the community. So BFI on their install page says if it's mount to engine, do 44. If it's mount to body, why don't you focus camera? There we go. If it's mount to body, 32. Other people have said that if it's basically add 90 degrees to both of those. So we went with the add 90 degrees just to be a little safe. Better to be a little over tightened than under tightened in our book. So now we are moving to the right side, which should be more the same, just following the same rules. Mount to engine. Oh, actually no, since this is technically mount to secondary mount.
That's not mount to bracket.
Yeah, so this is actually 40. And then mount to frame is 32, and then we'll add 90. And then get the car up, front of the car up on jacks, put in the dog bone insert, and reassembly. Okay, this one's out. You want to do a little demo for us again?
I'll try to. So
we notice this guy's a little bit stiffer.
that one takes some force to get that.
Yeah.
Oh, but side to side motion.
It's a pretty
That's
big
the
one.
play.
Now you want to...
Okay. Have a go at the John. Oh, God. Okay.
I think I see it flexing a tiny bit. Oh, yeah.
I really hope you notice it at this point.
Yeah. If I don't notice it, I'm going to be pissed. I feel like I'm really only going to notice it if, like, at idle, if the whole car is vibrating, or under load.
I hope so. That'd be so funny.
It's literally going to sound like Tyler's Monty when he had the bass
Oh, exactly.
boosted in it.
Yep, just like that.
Perfect. Do you have the... No, here's the bolts. There you go, sir. Okay, now just bolt it all up. Okay, the driver's side engine mount is in. Like I said before, mount to frame, those were 32 plus 90, and then since this was technically mount to mount, those ones were 40?
It was like the 44.
44, and then you added 90?
Yeah.
Plus 90. So now we're on to the final step, which is the dog bone insert. So we're going to go ahead and lift this side of the car up, slide under, shove it in, and then reassemble everything. Okay, so fast forward a few minutes later, or hours, or days, and both of the mounts are in on the top side, and we went ahead and reassembled everything. So now we are moving on to underneath for the dog bone insert, which is the last part of the kit. We checked up BFI's installation video, and they recommended to use silicone lubricant. Basically, we tried to put this thing in without any sort of lube, and it was just not possible. I mean, you're basically just sliding rubber against rubber, and it's extremely difficult to get it in. So our game plan is to basically spray a bunch of this inside, like the cavity where it's supposed to go, and then spray it all over this thing, and then hopefully it should go in a lot easier. But we will update you while we're attempting that, and hopefully this thing works, because it was a pain to try and get it in when our first round at this. So we're gonna try that. How's it going under here?
Painful.
What's so you doused
Absolutely coated the John.
You coated it, and then did you spray a ton in there?
Oh yeah.
And it's still being a little difficult.
Oh yeah, very difficult. Just doesn't want to go in any farther than this.
to suggest? Do you want to take that one out and we try putting in the stage 2 one?
We can try.
And see. I mean, that one's more rigid. So.
Yeah, maybe.
And the garage door's opening. Look at this ingenuity.
It's only ingenuity if it works.
Engineers hate him.
I have to move the car more.
Ah. How's it looking in there?
A little bit better.
If you're closer than before, do you want to try the bolt again?
Oh, it's fucking in.
Oh.
But my concern is once I undo the jack, it might come out
Oh,
some.
it starts to slip out.
You cock. It did. There's a trick.
There's a trick. So, thank God for the forums.
Yeah, who's that guy's name? Put his name down.
I'm gonna pull it up. Give me
Get that man a medal.
Give me a second.
Get this man an award.
So of course it was on the Golf Mk6 forums. I think it was, yes, okay. So this guy, GTI Mk6 20 from May 16th, 2014. So we've been struggling, and I was looking up, like, you know, what have people done? And he mentions this. So basically, I mean, you can pause and read it if you want to, but basically what he says is you leave the stock bolt in, put the insert in like 80% of the way, take the stock bolt out, put in the new bolt with the new plate and the new washer, and then tighten it down and torque it down, and it'll work. He basically said that the reason why you do it in that order is because if you take the stock bolt out first, everything will be misaligned, and so you won't be able to line up the new bolt with the threading. And that's the problem that we had, and we just got it in. No problem.
Yeah.
So that's...
If only we saw that in the beginning.
Yeah. So if you're doing the dog bone insert, 2 takeaways. 1, do it in that order. 2, use silicone lubricant or some sort of like lubricant, grease, whatever, and it'll make the job a lot easier. Cool.
Cool.
So now just torque everything down.
Oh, yeah.
Break time.
Break time.
Break
kind
time.
of.
All done torquing it down?
I think my neck is gonna break.
You need like one of those bungee, like stretchy things that like you can do neck exercises with.
You know, at that point, why don't I just get the little chew things for my jawline?
Yeah. The jaw strengthening.
Jaw definer.
Jaw definers.
Oh god.
Cool. Okay, so that is everything. Yeah, we got both the engine mounts in, torqued down. Got the dog bone insert finally in, torqued down. We're done.
We're done.
So now, hopefully, we should see less wheel hop, smoother shifting, and probably more noise and vibrations. But we will bring that up in our next update video, whenever that comes out. Yeah, hope this video helped you guys out. Remember, if you are doing this, remember the silicone lube lube spray
Yes.
or grease for the insert. And remember the process for putting that in that we said. Basically, leave the stock bolts in, put the insert in 80%. You're making a lot of noise over there.
Sorry.
Leave the stock bolts in, dog bone insert 80% of the way, take stock bolt out, put new bolts with plate and washer in, and then torque it down. And that'll be much easier. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you guys liked the video. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. We do answer all of the ones that we can. And we will see you guys in our next video.